And that deadly crash comes as authorities prepare for a surge of migrants at the southern border. A pandemic-era policy used to automatically expel migrants out of concern for public health is set to expire in 3 days. Now hundreds of migrants are camped out near the border, hoping to cross into the U.S. ABC's Matt Rivers has the latest.
Another brutal day ahead at the U.S. border. Hundreds of migrants stuck, waiting, hoping to get into the U.S.
So this is the U.S.-Mexico border. People crossing here every single hour, going up that hill, over the barbed wire, and they can't go any further. U.S. authorities making them wait there, sometimes for days.
Their wait continues in what will be a monumental week for U.S. immigration. On Thursday, Title 42 ends, the Trump-era health policy that allows authorities to immediately deport most migrants. When it ends, tens of thousands currently waiting in Mexico can apply for asylum. Authorities say they're preparing for a spike in migrant crossings, upwards of 10,000 per day. In response, the administration opening additional facilities to process migrants, adding immigration officers, even sending 1,500 active duty troops to help bolster the response.
We've been preparing for quite some time, and we are ready.
No one knows for sure by how much, or even if, migrant crossings will jump after Thursday. Some, though, not waiting to cross.
¿Qué quieres hacer en el otro lado? What do you want to do on the other side? You want to study?
And Matt Rivers joins me now from the border with more on this. Matt, what's the scene like there right now?
Well, right behind me, Diane, there's probably several hundred migrants. Right here is the Rio Grande. This is the border between Mexico and the U.S. And those migrants that are there over my shoulder have crossed this border. They're now waiting. They're not being allowed to pass any further. U.S. immigration authorities processing them very, very slowly. We're talking a handful of people at a time. All of these people behind me spent the night there last night. It gets quite cold here at night, especially when you're outside for many hours at a time. And so these migrants have already made the decision to cross ahead of Title 42 ending on Thursday. The main reason, Diane, for that is that they believe that criminal penalties that don't exist right now, if they get deported under Title 42, those criminal penalties will come back on Thursday. And so therefore, they're taking the chance now to cross in the hopes that they'll be more easily allowed in. And if not, they won't face criminal penalties in the future.
So what will the process look like for these migrants once Title 42 does expire?
It's kind of hard to remember. It's been 3 years now that we've had Title 42, but prior to Title 42, most immigration law was conducted on under what's called Title 8 authority. And basically, it's going to go back to a pre-pandemic version of immigration enforcement. So all of these people then would have the right to claim asylum, which is consistent with U.S. law. They can claim asylum there. Those asylum claims will be processed by the government, and there'll be decisions made. Some will be allowed to be released into the United States pending asylum hearings. Some will be deported back to their home countries. The big difference starting on Thursday will be some ramped up rules by the Biden administration, rules designed to essentially make it more difficult to apply for asylum. There's no real way around that. They have to use a mobile app in order to make an appointment to make an asylum claim at a point of entry here. And also, crucially, they have to have applied for asylum at another country on the way here. So for example, if you come from Colombia, you would have had, and you were walking all the way up here, you would have had to apply for asylum, say in Mexico, and been denied that in order to be able to apply for asylum in the United States. So some changes coming on Thursday, but basically we're looking at a pre-pandemic version of immigration enforcement.
All right, Matt Rivers at the border. Thanks, Matt.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.